Titan 25T press brake. Let's get her opened up and see what she looks like. I think there's a couple of pieces we're gonna have to fit together, and hopefully I can do it by myself. We've got the forklift and a shop full of tools. Let's get it done. I was very excited for this. I've wanted a press brake for a while. Definitely going to help me out. I'm going to scratch it with all of the plate bending and stuff that we do for Jeeps and go-karts and the little button. That to do jobs and stuff as well. I already got one guy that's been waiting on me for a week. I've been waiting on the delivery company. Oh, Lord. Lift with your back, not your knees. Rapid jerk twisting motion. Another heavy one. Ooh. All right. Pretty good packing. Bolted it all on there and can't move. Look at that. She's pretty. She's pretty. Ooh. Foot pedal control. Alrighty. So these are all the these are punches. Couple more punches. Pardon me. Shake test. I think it's hardware. Do you think it's hardware? Going once for all the marbles. Casters. For all the marbles. This one's hardware. casters on. Now we're going to mount this this cool tooling stand, tooling tray, whatever. Jesus Christ. Get on there. Ew. Whew. All right, got the stand on. Although this, I think, is going to be my stopping point for the night. All right. Picking up again where I left off from Thursday. It's now Friday morning. I did stay and get that X bracing put on there. One thing I did find is it asks you to use these little 5/16, 3/4 inch long cap screws. But they don't fit enough through this to get in full engagement on the threads of the nuts provided. So what I used were these. These are the bolts that held on the supports for the frame. Those are like the perfect length. So I just used those. But something else that I found, and that's I just found this right before I started filming. So I'm to the point now where I have to use that to pick this up and set it on that stand. And I'm in here like, how am I going to get these off? I pulled this top off, looked down in there, and I was like, oh, there's bolts in there. And how I was talking previously on these, how they seem loose. Well, kind of a cool little thing that I found is they're magnets. They got a magnetically little magnet button that just seats on these two. There's one down in there. Covers that ram. That's pretty cool. I'm so happy I don't have to take off screws and nuts. Pretty impressed. Pretty impressed. They're already beating Toyota with some of their designs. Well, I guess Toyota's not bad. BMW, on the other hand, and some other German-made cars. You need to replace the light bulb in your rear tail light? That's going to be 12 days and $4 million because we have to take the car all the way down to the subframe. We have to remove the front grille to get to the rear tail light. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be cool. All right. Now, the one thing I didn't get was the pick point mounts. Unless they're in a box somewhere, I'm going to dig through some stuff here and see. But I got a bolt hole here and a bolt hole here. If I don't have them, no big deal. I've got plenty of other stuff. I'm just going to build a little pick point unit so that I can pick this up with the forklift, get it on the stand here. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, there's our little pick design. Got my plate on the table. Yep, we're right on the edge of those. And we're gonna go select our origin. We're gonna be in that corner. I think I got almost 1/4 of an inch of lead in. It's like 0.2. And yeah, we got that. So this is what we got, and this is pretty much cut straight off the table. There was a couple little pieces of dross on there that kind of flaked off when I pulled it out of the table. This is with a older tip too. Holes cut pretty nice. The edges aren't bad. Make it tight. Just gonna give him a snuggie. think I got everything set up. I got one of these 1, 2, 3 blocks off of my big machines because a lot of these parts, at least from what I've seen in the instructions, state that they have to be flush with ends of other components. I got a little bit of blue Loctite. I'm going to go through and put some Loctite on some of the key components that I think are going to need it, just so I don't have anything backing out in the future. So, we are assembling the X-axis rails of the back gauge. So we're gonna go through and start working on it. I got all my bags set out here, all numbered. I got all my parts set up. We should be pretty set up, straightforward. I got a bunch of little tools and stuff over here. So we're gonna go and start by piece numero uno. Get that flush. Oop. Against that. Snug. And we're flush there. One key component that they do mention is these rails, or these bearings. Do not slide them off the end where all the little bearings on the inside fall out. They have a big warning on the instruction manual. They even went and put little zip ties to keep them from accidentally sliding out. So there's also a lot of little details on the instructions. This may look the same as top versus bottom, but it's not quite. That's the top. It's got a little shiny piece on there. That's the bottom. It's all black. My first instinct was the lettering, the writing that they got on these bearing slides was supposed to be the right way up, which it might be. I have no idea yet. But from the way it's setting up, it's upside down because they asked for this shiny polished piece to be facing up. So that's what we're going with. And I ain't gonna try to change anything. I'm gonna listen to the professionals and read the instructions. So, here we go. Fast forward to me having one of these done. All right. Well, I think we're back at it for hopefully the final day today. I have enough parts. Now let me back up a little bit here. So this is a lot of parts to pack into a box and make sure that everything's there. And I imagine they have a big checklist and all that stuff. We did run into a few snafus with not having the proper hardware. As in, bolts don't thread into where they're supposed to thread in at, and the instructions are saying that's the proper bag, and after going through and looking at everything else and all the other bags, there's not, and going farther down through the instructions, there's nothing that is like mishapped. I think it was just a mispack of bolts. I only had so far one bag that was like that, and it is the screws that hold these on, that bolt in here. They're supposed to be a cap screw. They're 1/4 20s. The ones we got were like in the bag that was labeled for those arms in the instructions were like 10/24s. So we had to run down to the hardware store, get a couple of 1/4 20s, which was fine. But that's just something to look out for, is that before you grab the bag of bolts and sit down here with one of these arms, because they're not light, but they're not super heavy. They're just, and they're awkward. Make sure that your hardware and stuff fits and everything. Outside of that, the only other hardware issue was the couplers that we got for the motors that weren't threaded for the bolts. So we improvised with some other different little coupler things that I found down at the hardware store. The only other thing that is the big part that was missing is this other assembly piece here. So this is the back gauge. This is what comes up and sets the material offset from the punches and dies. I'm missing this entire assembly for this side. As in that there was something I was going to need to track down. Not something I like doing, especially when it's a part you need and you got jobs that are ready to go and need to be set up on this machine. So, but I'm going to try to bust it out, finish it, get it powered up today. I've got to mount this back gauge, and then I've got to put the back gauge computer system into the power box on the machine. So let's get to it, and hopefully I can get it powered up today and see some moving parts. So here we go. All right, she's put together as much as I can get put together right now. I'm still missing a couple of key components. I still need the other one of these that bolts over there, essentially to square up the back gauge according to Langmuir's instructions. I got the electrical in. My phone died halfway through shooting, so there was a good chunk of that got missed. Got all the electrical ran and plumbed up. Everything's plugged in, and I threw a bunch of zip ties on everything. Let me go around to this side here. Be a little better. So I threw a bunch of extra little zip ties on stuff that I have in the shop just to keep kind of the bows out of it and everything. So I got her plugged in. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Oh. Yeah. Well, this is it. Oh, and they already got a preloaded sample program in there. Oop. Okay. That is not ideal. Okay. That works. Okay. Why is that one not? Why is this motor not turning? 1, 2, R motor 2. Do we have a bad motor or something? Okay. We got to figure out what's going on with that other motor and re-square that back gauge so that we don't break nothing. I got to call them, find out what's going on. So, well, I think this is going to wrap up this video. We got it put together with minor issues. Got it fired up. It's working. Just need to figure out a couple little kinks, getting it running, and then after I do a couple little things with it, get it actually bending and working on the job that I actually have set up for this machine, we'll be able to, I'm going to do another detailed video on like some programming and manual stuff like that. So should be pretty cool. So thanks for watching, guys. We're going to do some more videos slowly but surely, get them out there. Got to work on some cool projects and and dive kind of into the deep of posting, trying to post regularly. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, come back to the channel, and see what we got coming out next. So also feel free to follow us on our Instagram page. There should be a link in the description below. And that's kind of where right now we're posting up notifications of, hey, this is what we got coming out next, or this is what we're working on. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you guys.